Oh gosh.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with our awesome friends in the new moon. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. For those that have no idea what this is, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, breathing, for those that do, in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. This is it. We made it. We're here. You guys are getting to the spot. We'll let the recap kind of go back into it, but I'm very excited for tonight. If you are wanting to support the channel, best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you so much in advance. I'm doing 3,000 backflips in my heart and in my mind, and it's going to be distracting me the whole session, so thank you. Also, you can check out our Instagram and TikTok under there, right down there, at It's a Long Story _TTRPG, where our lovely Kay is hard at work making us look the best and the brightest and the goodest and the silliest. So Kay, as always, thank you. That is it. Very simple announcements today as we are jumping in. Before we jump into tonight, we do need to get a recap of where we left off with the new moon. So, Matt, please take her away.
Yeah, absolutely. So, last session we happened upon New Moon. Pretty well separated in the midst of the party happening in Massetti. Jet and Tishian were in the tent where Jet looked for his book before uncovering that it was gone, and them coming to the conclusion that Katsuda had run away with it. They initially started scattering, trying to figure out if they should run after him, messaging the party or talking to the party with their walkie-talkies, and getting a hold of a Deem to get insight, preparing, gathering their things. But upon contacting the rest of the party, they ended up discovering that Grienne was with Prisha and Ianthe and an undead body, or a dead body, in his tent, in another precarious situation. After a little bit of back and forth and some shenanigans, Jet and Tishian and Nadim decided that it'd be best if they went ahead and met up with the rest of the group and dealt with this whole dead body one-night stand situation that Grienne was involved with. After some back and forth on how to find them and taking about an hour and a half to walk down the street to one another, they happened upon each other, and with a quick prayer / pleading, Prisha actually was able to somewhat summon Denmother Yudris to bring the lover back to life in an awkward, weird state. After a scolding from Denmother Yudris, Prisha vowed that we would meet up with her the next morning, to which had the party leaving Massetti at that very moment with Elissa in tow. While we were walking to where Denmother Yudris is, each party member sort of recapped and thought about all the times and events that they shared with each other, specifically with Elissa, and the journey that we've taken so far, beginning that long goodbye that we are going to be probably wrapping up today. Towards this whole session, Elissa was holding her hands up and concentrating, blessing the party, and giving us some sort of boon for this session that we find ourselves in for the next 24 hours. But that's essentially what happened. Oh, Adim talked to Kay before we left as well. But yes, other than that, that's basically what happened on the last new moon.
It's been a crazy week, y'all. You know, it's only been a week since Jet joined the party, right?
I think it's been more than a week. Maybe like...
It's been like a week since Prisha and Jet joined the party.
Has it been a week since you joined the party? Really?
I
Okay.
think potentially
Definitely-
Joe.
You're muted.
Definitely not a month.
Let's call it like 9 days.
Not even a full 10-day.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's 10 days. You said a week.
We haven't even been with him for a fortnight.
That's wild.
We'll say 10
It's
days
amazing.
just for fun. We have this kind of timey-wiminess going on between the parties, so there's, why not have a timey-wiminess going on with the new characters joining into the old characters?
Oh boy.
If someone's really interested, they can do the math. They could absolutely.
God, please don't.
But we're not math
Hey.
people.
Yeah, absolutely. Do what you want. I'm not going to keep you from... can you hear
Well,
me?
it sure won't be
Okay.
I.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to keep you from feel free. Just, don't let me know what you got. I don't care. It's story. Dang.
Oh, so don't make a social media post
Questions again.
about
Hopefully you
it.
guys can hear me.
And
Oh,
yes.
Mm.
okay. I'm going to reset.
Yeah, I think Joe is sketching out.
Okay,
Okay,
bye, Joe.
bye. I was like,
So don't make a social media post about it. Don't timeline all of the sessions and got it. Heard.
Mm. Yeah. We definitely don't want to start looking for cracks in this. Well, and really all of the stories, because I think once you start unraveling this,
True.
I'm
Well, and
sure
then
we
you
can
have to
find a
deal
lot
with
of.
UA.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of depth there that we could go into. I'm sure Mongoose Crew
Yeah.
has some skeletons in their timeline.
I just mean time wise. I mean, isn't UA
Yeah.
in the again?
Yeah. I think it's and the time goes weirder there, so they might all come back with beards and 70 years passing or something.
I
One can only hope.
Alistair with a beard though.
Yeah. What we need is basically this is a Pepe Sylvia board waiting to happen.
Waiting to happen. It's already happened.
It's already happened.
Waiting to
Yeah.
happen.
Right on cue, Nav. Beat
Here we
is
go.
there.
Exactly. Really, the only
All right,
the only,
Nav.
I was gonna say the only group that's probably safe from this would be either Brasslight or Reckless, but I just remembered Reckless has a whole multiverse situation going on as well.
I have no
Just
idea
like
what we're
right
talking
there.
about.
It's
I-
okay.
I would
just-
not even try and connect the dots in the Reckless.
Yeah.
The dots are on different planes of existence.
We think we're being
All-
we think we're being a little reckless, a little bit all over the place over here, and meanwhile Reckless is Doctor Stranging it up.
Yeah, we
With,
are the Chaos Crew. Yeah, that's just good lord. No.
Full on.
There's different levels of chaos for sure within all the groups. Let me know if you guys are having.
seriously unserious.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys are having any for me. It seems like my connection's being a little weird today, so I tried to back it up a little.
Did he just freeze for everybody else?
Yes.
Oh, bless.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
bless Joe. Bless his heart. Oh,
This is
no.
probably so frustrating. Oh
But he
no.
looks perpetually shocked.
Yeah.
He does. Oh
he's
no.
thinking about what the Reckless is going to do next meeting. That's what he's doing. Okay.
Well, before I lose it again.
Oh,
Oh no.
No.
Poor Joe.
oh
Goodness. Go back and watch this later, Joe. We love you. Oh,
How dare you?
I said we love you. I said we love you.
That might have
Bummer.
fixed it. That was a big one. So if it happens again, I'm trying to watch your faces, but you guys are also being really still. So sorry to tell.
There you go.
I hate you so much, Nathan. That was really good, by the way. I don't know if it was as good because my computer was also freezing up, but all right. Good Lord. Hey, Matt, good job on the recap, I think. Anything we need to add?
No. I
Good.
think. Are we still what?
Beautiful. Great. All right, cool. Well, you guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Love to.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we ended with Elianne coming out, right?
We
Right.
did.
I
And
did
that
miss that part.
Oh,
is where we are coming back in. Maybe. There we go. Prisha,
yes.
as your eyes snap open to who you know to be Eliane, interrupting whatever the ritual is of this. How does that make you feel?
I think there's like a pang of grief for the silence that there was, and just like I think there's a little bit of grief almost, and like a little bit of irritation. Like we were having a moment as a group. It was us, and now someone else is coming in, and it's somebody else in like Elissa's life and now Prisha's life that like she now has to come to terms with the fact that she's home, and this is something she's going to have to deal with.
Okay. Jet,
Yes.
seeing this figure that you've never seen before, but getting a general idea of who she is. What's Jet feeling like right now?
Jet, knowing that this is Alyssa's sister, he's just gonna look at her and try to get like a bead. Jet's never met this person, so it's like all he knows is she's a powerful druid and she's in Massetti. That's all he knows. And that she left at one point and then she killed somebody with a spear. That's what he's been told. So he's like on the watch, just like he's doing his best Adim impression at the moment when she peeks out.
So
And
what
he's
is
just
Jet
like watching.
feeling?
Nervous.
Makes sense. Adim. What is Adim feeling right now?
A high tension. Last time he really saw her, she killed somebody. So kind of like, all right, well, he's basically at the ready to throw something. I mean, he knows they're sisters, but he's just ready to throw something.
So what's the feeling we get?
Wariness.
Okay. Tishian. How is Tishian feeling?
Excited. He feels we're not seeing Denmother Yudris right now. Correct. But Tishian's excited to get to reconnect with her. But in seeing Iliana, he's excited that there seems to be a connection. Like it's that thing of it feels like it's been a while since we've done something and like committed to a task, and the feeling that the task is coming to an end and that excitement leading up to it. He's really feeling, he wants to get there, but Iliana is a sign that he's sort of taking in at the moment that task is coming sooner rather than later.
Perfect. I love that. Ianthe. What is Ianthe feeling?
I think her first thought is jealousy. Seeing, running into your boyfriend's ex for the first time. So there's also a little bit of pettiness of like, am I prettier than her? Yeah, I'm prettier than her. There's also jealousy running into like, oh, you're Alyssa's actual sister. Like, there's a deeper connection there that I can't adapt or adopt. Then I think she immediately, just feels this jealousy of the time that Elian got to spend with these two people that she cares about, / cared about, and gets a little angry that Elian just kind of threw them away.
Okay. Titian, I need you to roll me a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier. However, I'm going to have you -4 from the total.
Okay. Okay. You said 4. Okay, so that will be a 21.
Beautiful.
Oh, you said modifier, not attack, right?
A spell, modifier, yeah.
Oh, modifier. Okay, sorry. That'll be 19 then.
Okay, cool. Still beats the DC by 1. There's a moment, I think, that for those that are paying close attention, being, kind of on edge, and trying to kind of steal themselves from the weirdness of the situation and just focus on the physical presence of a new figure. Titian. You see Elian's eyes snap open. In this scene, she's facing away from Elian. She's facing you. And you see, as if watching the inner workings of someone's thoughts and emotions, almost like gears turning in a grandfather clock. You see the disconnect. You see the slip. You see the eyes start to change. As Elissa, as much as she has connected herself to you, you all have connected yourselves to her. And in this moment, the negative emotions are filling in and pouring into her to the point of having that gear sort of slip. Titian, how do you put it back in place? How do you, whether it's magically, whatever, you have the floor here. How are you able to reset the parameters back to having Elissa here?
I walk up to her and I pick her up. And I realize that in this moment, I do this fully aware, having seen Ianthe I think Grianne, seeing a couple members of the party, I'm assuming in similar moments, touch her in similar ways and get burned for it. But Tishian, knowing this, still decides to pick her up.
Okay.
And he holds her somewhat tight.
Taking the sacrifice of the moment to be close to this person, there's something that seems to be protecting you, some sort of boundary that is, whether it seems to be from you, maybe some sort of magic that's able to kind of keep the force field of this extra uh, uh, warmth turned, cutting sort of fire. It is held at bay.
It's immediately, well, it's because I'm so much stronger than everyone else in the party. That's what it is. I'm just that much tougher.
I do think it's a very cool moment of seeing like Tishian just like this, like very like compared to Elissa, this towering figure. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say, that's Tishian's reasoning in his head. He's not going to instantly think like protective power or anything like that. Like his protection power is his strength. But there's an element of this that it's just more important that Elissa feels supported right now. And as I'm picturing her like sort of getting upset, it's even more important that she realizes that she has people here to do that. And then it's also kind of bizarre and rare that it's actually Tishian in this moment that has to step up and do this, as opposed to everybody else.
Tishian, I'm going to give you a fun opportunity here. I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. I would like you to roll something, but I would like you to tell me what the what you're working for. Who do you want to learn more about in this moment? Elissa, or who's inside Elissa?
Chelsea's immediately mouthing something, which is not the way to do it because she knows I want to do the exact opposite of what she's saying right now. I want to know I want to know more about who's inside Elissa in this moment.
Okay. I'm going to say, I don't think this is religion based. I think this is something where you're really just connecting. So I'm going to say Arcana.
Oh, God, I'm not good at Arcana. Hold on. Am I rolling with... We're blessed, right? So there's a D4.
You are blessed. Yes, you're able to add this. And you're blessed with ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws. Everything you add a D4 to. Actually, every D20 roll. Unless I say roll a D20.
Okay. Is there a DC I'm trying to beat, or do you want me to just roll it and you just let me know if I...
You want me to tell you the DC? I'll tell you, to you.
Yeah, please.
Okay. DC's 15.
All right. Oh my god. Okay, that's an 11. I have no modifiers to arcane, so this has to be a 4 on the die.
Okay.
To meet it. Shit. It's a 2.
Okay. You have inspiration.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration. All right. I'm using a different D4 though, because that will let me down.
I'll allow you to keep that D4 if you want.
We'll see. Maybe.
Well, I'll say you got to choose one or the other.
I'm gonna re-roll my D20 first, though, because that one's getting
okay.
re-rolled
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, well, it's an 18 anyway, so that time it worked.
Beautiful. Beautiful. With a dirty 20. It's a dirty 20.
Uh-oh, I stopped hearing you.
Sorry. To go deeper into, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So to be able to go deeper into who and what this being is, it has to move past your forced magic, and even, I would say, maybe not forced is the right word, but like the piece that is protecting you no matter what. That sort of essence of when you're rolling the saving throw and having that sort of guardianship magic around you, to be able to have full knowledge, not full knowledge, excuse me, but to have even a glimmer of knowledge of the mystery of this being, you have to let that go. Are you willing to do that?
In other words, you're saying I need to dispel my aura in
Correct.
this moment. Yeah, I'll do it.
So a couple things happen kind of all at once, but the big sort of explanation, the thing that I want you to be able to understand and hear.
This is how Titian becomes a barbarian. That's been the long game, y'all.
You hear this sound while holding Elissa. The clash of steel on steel, the yelling, the huge sort of explosions, and it reminds you of a past as the creature makes a connection with you. You feel this sort of comforting warmth centered in your chest where Elissa is, as you're hearing sounds of what may be your past. But you notice that your horror, your excitement, your rage, your feelings, this warmth in the center of your chest it's not protecting you from it. It's feeding off of it. As you hear the noises get louder and louder, Titian, you, with a greater sense of self right now in this moment, are able to push them away. And you see a wall of flame appear before your eyes. All of you see this as a circle of flame goes around Titian and Elissa. And you see a figure in the flames. Change shape, molding in and out, getting larger, smaller, shorter, wider, growing hair, arms, legs. You see a large extended snout, a mane of hair shadowed in these flames. This silhouette of a figure that looks Leonin. in like a reverse sort of jack-o'-lantern. These sharp-edged eyes open up, and this mouth extends out to the shape of a large and definitively evil smile. You take 9 points of fire damage as the flame wall, as quickly as it started, just goes out. Tishin, you feel burns moving from Alyssa's hands onto your sort of chest as she kind of like pushes off of you, takes a couple steps back, and just, I'm sorry.
No, hey, no, hey, no, you're fine. You're fine. Yay, you're good.
You hear, I think as you're focusing in on Elissa, you hear the sounds of running footsteps as Eliane comes running up to find out what happened. As you all look at Eliane, for those of you who, which is actually only 3 of you here. No, 4 of you here. No, 3 of you here. Remember, sorry, no, 4 of you here. Pressure would remember. But a different time, but the same time, sort of. You see a figure that has changed slightly. The shape of her when she came in, Pressure, to your camp seemed starved and scared. No weapon except a walking stick. You all remember, or Tishy and Ianthe and Adim, you remember seeing what she could do without a weapon. But as you see her walking towards you all, you see something has changed. Someone you see that has a little more assurance in themselves, even as they are wide-eyed in worrying about their sister. You see someone who has looked like in a very short amount of time has been in the process of learning how to handle themselves. A little bit more weathered, but a little wiser. Maybe. As we see her come running up. What happened? Elissa, are you okay? And you see Elissa kind of just turn and hug Eliane. And I'll say everybody give me an insight check.
Yeah.
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Adim is as thick as ever with an 8.
Cool.
18.
Dirty
Okay.
20.
Oh, you got a dirty 20? I got a filthy 20.
Beautiful. Wow, guys. All right. I like it. Get the insight in this group.
Nasty 20.
You all pass. I think Elissa is not very good at hiding her emotions. Something that Tish and you kind of feel may present as a useful vessel in some ways. But as you see her kind of turn, she looks up at Elissa and hugs her around the waist tightly. You see a hint of uniformity. Babe, this is what we do, right? Eliane kind of like pulls back from the hug a little too suddenly, I think, for some of you, and just kind of like gets down and says, are you all right? Is everyone okay?
For the most part, yeah. That was a little unnerving.
The dean just nods.
Titian, I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, he's fine. He's just gonna look right at Elissa and just be like, "Yes, it's all good," and like give her a little bit of a wink, like it's okay.
She nods and kind of just, I think, with that helpful gesture. Okay. That helpful sort of gesture from Titian kind of turns to Eliane and does the real hug. Jumping in, just throwing her hands around her neck. And Eliane kind of hugs back. You're not sure if in that moment she is feeling the pain that some of you have in getting too close, but if so, she's hiding it very well. All right. Kind of like finally like, let's go. We have a lot to catch up on. Kind of sits her down and looks up at Prisha.
I think Prisha's kind of like leaning on her staff a little bit, but I think that she's kind of probably retreated a little further into the group. I think that she's not sure what to make of Eliane. And I think it makes her nervous.
You see Eliane kind of look towards you. Eliane is rather tall. Her sort of skinnier frame has now become a sort of like wiry, athletic sort of build. As she kind of turns towards you and just bows slightly. Welcome home.
I think Prisha's going to return the respect.
Well, Denmother knew you were coming, so I've prepared some breakfast for all of us. She is waiting for us. Looks down at Elissa. I think there's a moment where, let's see if she remembers. She does. There's a note where she goes, I can't wait for you all to meet, just see her again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. She was super nice the last time. I slept through most of it, but like it seemed like it was a good time for the most part.
I am Jet.
Oh yeah,
Hi.
that's Jet over there. Yeah, he's
Eliane, nice to meet you.
Jet's gonna shake her hand and then just be like, "Hey, you know if the Denmother would mind if I were to attempt a little bit of magic, just a little bit?"
From our understanding of what that could possibly mean, I feel like you'd probably need to ask her.
I just want to make a spot for us to like take a bath because we've been on the road for a while.
Oh, yes, of course. Anything that's, anything that wouldn't disturb the surroundings.
Chet nods.
She turns towards the rest of you. I'm sure you guys are tired. Please follow me. And she says, "Follow me." And Prisha, you hear, like, I don't know. Does Prisha get a little like, "Excuse me"?
Yeah, and I think at this point she's just gonna kind of be staring daggers at Jet. And when
Go ahead,
Eliane
do.
turns her back, she
Hell yeah.
goes, "You could have just asked me." And I think that she's gonna saddle right up next to Ianthe
Okay.
and mean girl it just a little bit and just like under her breath be like, "I hope she's figured out how to gather water this time."
I was thinking the exact same thing. I mean, last time you said she was completely useless.
You guys are bad. I love it.
And Adim, if he hears this behind him, and he's just like, "Can't we just create it?" I don't understand.
Petty and jealous, man.
Yes. Petty and jealous, man.
Beautiful. So with that, you Prisha, you come home as
Following Eliane.
following.
Welcomed into your own home.
Wow, crazy. I love this.
Okay, I need you to watch this back and watch my intention in my face of like, you're home. Following Eliane. That was it. I never appreciated more my inflection of the scene falling apart before my very eyes. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I like that. No,
I'm
it's
home.
so good. So good. Prisha, you. Yeah. I think. I don't know. It sounds like Prisha probably takes in even this moment of being able to feel at home in a place that you have never left before. She's even ruined that. As you walk in, you see, I'll say, Prisha, give me a nature check.
$14.
14. 14, you see that the garden's changed. You're growing
What's
onions now. The sort of carrots part that, I'll say just for fun, you can change it when you want, was your favorite thing to do. It's become slightly diminished, sort of in a small sort of corner. The entire garden has shifted in where things are supposed to be. It is... The day has started, so the fire should be going, because it doesn't go out. Ever. Eliane is completely oblivious to these sort of moments of change as she kind of walks in. You all see, actually, I'll say, Kay, please take the reins. We know, as far as the things that are important for me, we've already established. So what does Kay's home look like to newcomers?
I think when you get past the tree cover that is like kind of intentionally grown to hide this like relatively small settlement, kind of just like hidden away. What would be a tiny clearing is almost, at least when Prisha was there last, would be almost entirely walled off by like poison oak and poison ivy. It grows tall, like against the trees. And it kind of just creates like a dome almost, just like in the tree cover. There's a small cave out like off to the side where Prisha's workstation would be and where she nursed Denmother Yudris. The fire is relatively small, but it's permanently built, like it's not permanent, obviously, but like it's settled. Like there are, rocks that are carefully placed. I think Prisha's taken, in the years that she's been alone, she's meticulously built the garden beds, and the like the rocks she's chosen have been like sorted and picked through. And while they are disassemblable and like it could be as if nobody was here, it is cozy. I think everything kind of grows around itself and like blocks the wind to some degree outside. So like if the fire were going, it would be warm. I think there's kind of a little bit of a chill because it's like a kind of domed space with no warmth being added. I think there is at one point maybe like a threadbare fur curtain kind of covering the mouth of the little cave. Whether it's still there or not remains to be seen. I think that there are maybe not tents, but spaces where there could be bedrolls and things. I think all in all, it just gives like cozy, hidden hut vibes.
Hmm.
You can hear like crickets and rabbits kind of moving around, and they kind of avoid the main clearing, but like they're present. They're there. They're hanging out, burrowing nearby. Yeah, I think a lot of prey animals find safety around the clearing.
Persh, I will say also with that 14, you notice one of the, and I'll say, I think, I apologize. You're familiar.
Fuff.
Fuff.
A war pig, like a tiny pygmy boar.
Yeah.
War pig.
Yeah. You see Fuff even actually go chasing after, just like old times, as you see one of the rabbits that you do recognize as like just, I don't know if you ever named it, but it was
Probably.
around, and it's still
Yeah.
there. Yeah. As we hear the like kind of like the very abrupt and disruptive squeal that I will not do.
Damn it.
As Fuff is chasing down like towards down the hill, sort of towards the creek bed. That he's fine.
Great.
I tried to ask Denmother this morning if I was supposed to prepare any sort of like bedding or all for you guys, but looks like
I'm
Precious
sure
was-
we'll manage. This is nice. Very Prisha.
Yeah, she was sure she just didn't answer the question. As you see Elian trying to make this like sort of like connection of like, what I'm talking about, that sort of thing.
Completely ignored.
Completely ignored.
I think I rolled a nat 1, so I don't even think Prisha is giving Elian a moment of like recognition.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is intentional, but part of it is just straight obliviousness looking at, I think she's really focused on the garden beds being wrong. Like I think she's just Beds. Like, I think it's very jarring for her.
Yeah, she does not notice. That was I rolled a 4.
Oh, bless her.
Well,
yeah, I can show them where to set up their bedrolls.
okay. I'll just make sure I have I'll have breakfast ready.
Okay.
Okay. Elissa, you want to help me set up the table? I think they walk off together. Elissa gives a little, like, sort of like, you see there's definitely this like moment of like, Ianthe, I think you see this, and in your viewpoint, you're looking at this and going, oh, this is going to be hard. As Elissa is giving a look to you all of like, but you guys are going to stay right here, right? As she's kind of like walking off and like kind of reassuring herself, and it's just an instant of that, and she walks off.
I would have like caught her eye and like just nodded, like, it's okay. Go ahead.
And there is a moment alone. You do not see Denmother Yudris.
So I've prepared for guests, not that we've ever had any before Elianne, but I prepared for guests, and Prisha just kind of walks past the garden beds, just eyeing them as she walks past. Just onions. Onions. As she like goes to probably like an edge of the dome space, or like the little walled off area. It's kind of maybe from where we're standing out to the left. But it's like a little clearing where there's probably isn't a lot happening. It's away from the fire, but near like the thickest part of the plant wall.
Okay.
And it's just like a tiny clearing. Like just like there isn't really anything there. It's kind of a useless space. And I think Prisha just sets down her bag and kind of holds her arms out and be like, I always imagined that people would be in a circle, but I think if we want to be in lines, I think that would work too. What do you think?
You mean a triangle?
Triangle. Would it be Ianthe, Elissa, Prisha, Jet, Titian, Adim, and Grian in the middle?
I mean, I might be kind of big in the middle, but I mean, I'm game for whatever. Like this. Thanks for just having us here. I'm just happy to be here.
It's
I could try to make us a bath and like a building.
a building. She's just gonna kind of look up. How tall?
I have to remember, but I believe it's 40 foot tall.
I mean, you probably won't disturb the trees. I think just try not to make it taller than the trees.
Hey Joe, how tall are the trees?
About, I'd say they're, I'll roll a d10 on it. Let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, my dice reassured me. They said, Joe, go with your gut. 60 feet. First, check your Discord.
Okay. Oh, that is a very good question.
So, Jet, are you starting the process of preparing this?
If the trees are 60 foot, so Elianne said it would be fine as long as it didn't disturb nature. And that's why
Right.
I asked her on purpose.
She
Because if
said,
anything
actually,
happens,
she,
she
okay,
gets
hold
a
on, time out.
blank.
She did not say that. She said she probably talked to Denmother Yudris, but I don't see
Fair.
why unless it was to, but that's, I'm just telling you what she said. Prisha said it should be fine.
Okay. The Jet is gonna cast or attempt to cast, as he's not done this yet. So
Okay.
he's going to attempt to try to make a Galder's Tower.
You got it.
And I'd like to upcast it if possible. That way it's one more story. That way it's just like inches below the treetop.
Okay. Okay.
And I think Jet's like, we're home. This is Prisha's home. It's time for one floor to be a bath, one floor to be like a reading nook, and then one floor to just be like beds. And he's just like, this is gonna be our home. I've got this. He's gonna grab his spear and he's going to take it and put the point down into the ground and just try to channel the feeling of a hearth being lit. And that's like his go-to to try to attempt this.
Cool. Yeah, it's taking you 10 minutes to do so, but I would say, what does the beginning process look like for everybody? To everybody.
Oh, it's definitely Jet pulls out the staff and he like draws out a square in like a 20-foot square, and then he's just like, he's going around, and as he's drawing it, he's like kind of doing like a big stomp every so often on each foot, and he's just kind of like spinning the spear around once he's done. And like,
yeah, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot this stuff that's going on with Jet. Okay, I'm sorry, continue the process, and then I'll have you roll something.
It looks like it's very tribal and very almost aggressive, the way that he's moving around while doing this, and he's just like trying to channel everything he's got. And I think at the tip of the spear, everybody sees a little bit of like a spark start to happen, and just a little bit of green, and then more like the spear itself, the tip of it'll glow orange, but he's channeling his magic into it, and he's not done this yet. So a little bit of green flame comes out of it on accident at one point, and he's like, oh.
Well, I'm gonna have you roll. So you're trying to cast Galder's Tower at 4th level?
Yes.
Okay, you got it. I would like you to give me I'm gonna say roll me a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Do I also get my d4?
Yes, you do.
That is a natural 20 plus a d4 plus, then the d4 was a 4, the highest I could possibly roll. That's what I rolled.
So you got a 29?
Yes. If you said
Nice.
Modifier, right? Yes. 29.
Yes. Yep. Nice. Okay. Beautiful.
Now, all
so yeah.
ones for the rest of the session. It's
Cool. Yeah, with a 29, you all kind of watch. I think, like, does Jet have any sort of sense of like nervousness in trying this?
I think he might have, if Elissa hadn't just given him that kind of feeling of warmth again. And so he's kind of trying to channel that in through it, rather than there's going to be a little bit of nerves, but it's he probably wouldn't have tried this had Elissa not just given them a wave of emotions.
For sure, you mean. Oh, Elissa, the wave of emotion. Okay, so like the confidence level. I get what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, beautiful. I think I will say this to everybody else. It seems like there's I don't know how much your characters are focusing in on like the idea of like, oh, Jet doesn't have his arcane focus anymore. Like if that's something that really even like is clear to the party. I will say there is no sign of any sort of issues at all on Jet's side. It is perfectly in the process of being set up. And we'll say, I'll come back to you and telling me exactly what it looks like.
Yes.
So feel free to give you a second on it. Cool. You guys are doing that. Say any checks you guys want to make here while you're here?
Not a specific check. But not a specific check, but I do think that as everybody has the opportunity to set down their things, and I think Prisha just leaves her bag. I don't think she knows if she's planning on sleeping here or if she's gonna go where her normal bed or like bedded area. I don't know if she knows where she's gonna land tonight, so she just leaves her bag in her bedroll. And I think that she goes over to the fire, and I think that she starts to build the fire. I think that as she's kind of, she calls Fuff to kind of bring her pieces of kindling. And I think that it starts for just a moment to feel like home until she smells like the waft of onion from the bed, like the garden bed.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. You hear a voice behind you, Prisha, as you're getting the fire ready. You hear, I was gonna just coming out to do that. I guess it's a weird thing to say thank you for doing that, as it's but
The fire isn't supposed to go out. The plants need the humidity or else they start to wither. And she's going to point towards some of the like poison plants that are out on the wall that like I think down by or I guess up near the very top of their like stalks, they're starting to brown just a little.
cool.
The plants need humidity. They get it from the soil, but only if it's warm. Denmother wouldn't know that. She didn't spend enough time here after they went in.
Right. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sure you're very excited to see her. She's picking her roots. There's like that area where like the dead. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I didn't know if you wanted to go see her or just wait for her to come back, but I'm so sorry if you don't mind. And you see her kind of pick something up that she had put down behind you, and you see that it is it looks to be some sort of dried meat, as she is just gonna warm these up for excuse me.
Prisha will move.
She kind of like hangs this up over this contraption that you didn't really even like, maybe not even like notice that was there. It was just like a small sort of like hanging, not spit roast, but just like a hanging sort of thing for some of those pieces.
Do you eat meat?
Yeah, I didn't eat anything for a while, so it's when Denmother was trying to, seemed to be the only thing that worked.
Does she eat it?
No. But she was okay with. She was okay with. I definitely got the. I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize. Yeah, I apologize. She was okay with me eating it.
Okay. Interesting.
But no, that hasn't changed.
One of the few things.
Sorry?
Onions. There's onions in my carrot patch. You put onions in my carrot patch.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I just reminded me of back home, and Denmother, you just said it'd be an okay place to plant them, but I will find another place if that's a problem. I didn't realize. My nose has kind of just gotten used to that smell, so. But I will.
It's fine. It's fine. There's no point uprooting them now. Then you'd get sad onions.
There's still carrots.
She's gonna look over to the far bed where there's like a tiny patch of carrot stalks around like a whole bunch of lettuce. They're being like overshadowed by all like the leaves that are spreading out and they're like wilting up top.
Yep.
Eliane. I think it's really obvious if anyone is, maybe not to Eliane, but I think it's Prisha's having like a very internal battle right now with like her. She has not had to like ask anybody or justify her processes to anybody for years. And so I think that she has spent a great deal of time watching the way things grow. And I think that she plants things in certain places so that they grow efficiently and optimally and like aren't overshadowed by the plants next to them. And watching Eliane not, I think Prisha doesn't understand why Eliane doesn't know that.
Yeah. I think even like, if I may, like taking a step deeper, there's a level of like Prisha doing this because as far as Prisha knows, this is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And that is enough. That there's no other, like, I feel like Prisha,
like
especially
sentimentality doesn't matter. Like it that's not the bet. Like now the whole grove smells like onions. Whereas if the onions were over there and not near the fire that's getting a whole bunch of air, like then it wouldn't smell like onions over here, and all the onions could get bigger and be more useful over there. And the carrots are here because they don't smell. And like, I think she's very persnickety about this because it is the right way.
I will say, Ianthe, Titian, Adim, and Jet. I'll say, actually, Jet, I'll say you're just about to finish your spell, so we'll come back to you on that. But I'll say you're not part of this. I think there is just a moment of like, not a thought bubble sort of thing of like Prisha's like emotions and things like that, but there is a moment where it's just kind of like this slow sort of zoom in on Prisha's face and eyes and expressions as they are desperately trying to make sense of all of it. I'm not even actually going to have you guys roll. You guys have been together long enough. You get Prisha is having a hard time.
Titian is standing by for like when Prisha starts strangling Eliane.
Okay.
Like he is fully prepared to like kind of get in between them, but like he's staying quiet and watching.
Okay.
The excitement has turned to fear.
Beautiful.
Adim probably took him a while to figure out It was a problem with his initial 8 roll of an insight. So at first he was like, "Oh, they're just catching up." So he picked up a pebble, put it in his little pouch, sat across. But now that he's seeing the tension, his wariness is like reverse of Titian. Oh, good. And because he does not trust Alien, and so he's like, "Let's see what you got, Prisha."
I
But
also
because of that, and because this conversation has taken longer than a minute, what level is she?
Elianne?
Elianne,
Yeah,
I'm going to message it to you.
yeah, I figured. Yeah.
I also just want to throw salt into this wound into Adim's favor. I think that there is like an impeccable irrigation system for watering these plants. And because of the way that like things have been misplanted, there are things getting overwatered. There's water that's just like not being like I think things are just not being utilized effectively. And I think that
Cool.
like maybe that could be a clue into like Prisha's like
Okay, so let me ask you this, Prisha. Is this actually, let me ask you this, Kay. How much of this is Prisha having not OCD, but a level of like, no, this is the way things are supposed to be because if you do this, and how much of this is reality of like, this would be better?
I think 5 years is a very long time to watch plants.
Yeah.
I think maybe she's not a master gardener, but I think that I think when you're gardening or doing something in an echo chamber, I think that that is the right way to do it. It's the most effective way for the layout of the terrain. I think that there is a world in which she would be less upset about it if it wasn't Elianne.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Adim, I'm also going to have you roll me whatever I should usually have you roll, either investigation or insight, I think.
For what?
For that checking, I'm going to give you some information, but the question is how much I give you.
I see. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I guess I can take They're the same thing. I guess investigation.
Okay.
I don't know.
Got it.
I roll, but hold on a second.
What'd you get?
Well, for right now, it's a 9, but I have tactical assessment. When I make an investigation, history, or wisdom roll, I can spend a superiority die and add the superiority die to the ability check.
Nice.
So I'm going to add
that.
a D10 to this.
Also, you're blessed.
So I'm not going to use that yet. Are you kidding me? This superiority die comes back. So I'm going to add the 9, a 3, so 12.
Okay. Did you add the D4 on top of that?
No.
You get that on every roll.
I get that every
that's
time.
not on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then I misunderstood.
Oh, good.
And thank you.
For the next 24 hours.
Then that was another 2, so make it a 14.
Okay, cool. 14, I'm going to tell you the 14 is like level 1 of getting it.
Okay. It's fine. I was just expecting the level.
Yeah.
Because that's great. And then given what else was just said, noticing things, I am going to put myself in a position because Jet is making me extraordinarily uncomfortable. Why is he using my training with the spear to cast a spell? What the hell? And so he's going to sit where not only can he be a slightly away from Jet, but he can get a good shot in on Elian and see the irrigation and just start drawing in his book while this is going on. So he's just like kind of watching but drawing, kind of like just like I'm interested, but why?
Grian, where are you? Where are you?
Grian's not anywhere.
Grian, help!
Oh yeah.
No, I love this. It's good.
Interested in a Deem. Sorry, I tried.
And Ianthe. So you also see this. So if there's anything you want to be doing, is you see Prisha just trying real hard to not blow up.
Oh man. I think. Oh gosh. she's not really sure whose side to take in this. Well, is there something? I mean, could we move the onions?
Yeah, we can. That's not a problem. That's again, that's not something Denmother really was very clear on. So, but yeah, that makes sense.
Great. I mean, they're just plants, so it's not really that big of a deal, right?
Right. Um. Does anyone else eat meat?
Oh,
Here?
I think
Fish count as meat?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Not according to the church. What?
I don't have any fish, but I could probably.
No, I'll eat whatever you serve. Thanks. And I keep
But
going.
to be honest with you, there's a creek that Elissa just kind of. Elissa's probably exploring out there. There is a kind of a creek out there that you could possibly grab some and go on.
Anything that you present is fine, unless you need me to get you fish.
No, totally fine.
Okay.
Totally fine.
Can I ask a point of clarification question, just for my sake of mind?
Sure.
I always thought Eliane and Elissa were humans.
Ellie and Elissa are actually both technically half elves.
Okay.
Elissa though does not show any sign of elven heritage.
Okay, I thought they were both humans, and I saw the pointed ears. I was like, "What's going on?"
I thought that too.
Okay, so I didn't actually ask her that. Hey, what ethnicity are you? No, I didn't.
What's up with your ears?
What's up with it? Because you remember, Alyssa's mom is elven.
I didn't remember that. Okay, cool.
I remember now.
Great. So thank you. And well, when she says she doesn't need that, I'm like, it's anything you present, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
you go back to drawing.
All right.
I think Prisha stands up really fast and she's like, I'm going to go find Elissa, and she's going to head down to the creek.
Okay. You see Eliane kind of just turn and kind of stoke the fire.
So, move the onions?
Oh, yeah. Right now?
I don't know. I just was trying to stop her from losing it.
Yeah. Is it just a rough morning?
Rough few days. So, you know how, like, when you come home and your parents have, like, moved your furniture around and put your clothes on the other side of the closet, and it's like, that's not where everything goes. She doesn't have furniture, she has vegetables.
Roll me an insight check. I'm going to give you advantage on this.
Okay. Wow. So that natural one probably isn't going to work.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that'll work much better. And I'm going to roll my 4. Because I forgot to do it earlier. Good. 25.
25.
Went from a 1 to a 19.
Beautiful. I mean, for me, I don't know if it's for you. She's half listening to you. She wants to ask you something based on the last time you guys met.
Yeah.
But she's not wanting to be rude. Ianthe, seeing that, does that make you talk more?
Oh, nervous babbling for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
I remember
So eventually
one
she kind of
time I went away for a couple of weeks and I came back and my mom had she'd repainted my room and I was so angry. So, Prisha has carrots. So it's sort of the same idea, right? Onions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see her kind of like she pulls that in, that like sort of like moment, like a real like not now is what you kind of get.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So it's okay. Well, I assume I didn't. I'm as lost as I assumed she was when she first came here. So
Oh, I have no idea what any of this means at all. So,
yeah,
I'm as lost as ever.
I've only been here for like 9 days.
Sure.
They've been long days.
Yeah, I believe that. We've had some long days too.
Yeah.
Onions.
Chelsea, take a point of inspiration for that. That was beautifully timed. Beautifully timed. That's so good. Cool. Jet, you finished the tower.
Okay, so I have a few questions really quick.
Okay.
I'm assuming since this is like a home place of Ostial, right? There's probably thousands of bones, right?
Yes,
And
I think
make a bone tower.
they probably would be like not like everywhere, right? They probably would be evenly placed somewhere. But
So,
yeah,
like,
okay, cool.
Stone
All right.
floor and the walls are all bone and like interwoven.
Kay is full losing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. This is my apology to Kay, or this is my apology to Prisha. It's like this is an obelisk of worship for you because I'm assuming you're gonna stay in your own little cave. But as soon as it's made, like the outside is definitely going to be just different bones from different creatures, like spines that go across, all kinds, all the way up to the top. And I picture like the pagoda top, with like the four corners that kind of curve out with just skulls there. And then that's the outside. The inside is all wood. You can't tell from the inside. That's my idea at the basis of it, to just summon this up, and then Jet's just gonna stop and he's gonna put the spear down and he's just gonna wipe his brow and it's like, ugh. And the
Beautiful.
first thing that I think he would do is he would turn around and find Ianthe. And he would just be like, Ianthe, hey.
Who is probably for the first time in her life covered in dirt, carrying vegetables.
Beautiful.
The baths are ready.
Oh, thank the gods.
Now, you were just talking to Eliane, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this very moment, as you do so, you turn around and you, actually, Adim. I'm going to say you just see this. You see Eliane all of a sudden, quick as a flash, kind of grab Ianthe's arm. And you see something dark seem to kind of move across Eliane's eyes. I'll say, because I said you didn't have to roll, I'll tell you what it would be. It was similar to a moment of as if she had dark, shallow holes in place of her eyes. And it's a flash. It's a Bilbo Baggins sort of like kind of like moment as she kind of grabs your arm quickly, Ianthe, and then just as quickly kind of like lets it go.
What?
Can I say something about that? Can I react? Or
yeah, absolutely.
I'm probably like drawing. I see that, and she says, "I see that," and she says, "Let's go." And the book does that, snap shut to get her attention. And I try to get Ianthe. I'm like, Ianthe, I actually need to talk to you. Maybe she could take somebody else.
What?
I really need to talk to you about something. Remember that lake?
I'm so sorry. Please go do what you. I was surprised by the bones.
And if Ianthe notices, my hand is on my other hand is on my chakram.
Yeah, she doesn't notice.
Yeah. All right.
Great. And I
Yeah.
like stand up as if to meet her, and then walk away from Eliane.
I'll be right back. Just keep.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
The
No, it
baths
was a-
are
it was a-
ready.
Your skin
Great.
feels nice. Sam used to use that sort of. Go ahead.
Thanks. And I like scurry away.
Your skin feels nice.
Yeah.
Next
It
one.
puts lotion on
Just a
my
reminder for
skin.
those that know.
Rose again. Oh my god.
Just a reminder for those that remember and know. Eliane's mother was very high class.
Yeah, but that was still creepy.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Yeah, she seems a little shaken a little bit as a demon as you're kind of like walking off with Ianthe. She looks at Jet and is, it's a little close. It looks great.
Oh, I know that like it's all bones and stuff here, so I thought
Yeah.
it would look good.
You didn't talk to Denmother yet, right?
No.
But you're with Precious, I.
Well, you said it shouldn't be a problem, so I just assumed. I'm sorry.
I said it's okay. I said that Denmother would have to be the say so.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't like it, I can get rid of it, I guess. But it would be very nice. Would you like a bath since Ianthe just ran off?
What?
Maybe later.
Okay. Well, there's baths in the bottom floor, and then the
Grian
next one...
Grian is just sitting on a rock and just like picked his head up slowly to look at Jack and that. Tishin, yeah, he does the same thing.
Can I just play Grian right now? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Well, I mean, a demon Ianthe just walked off. Tishin, you wanted to go take a bath?
Okay.
I just
that's my
made baths.
cue. I'm gonna go try to find Denmother.
Jet, you gotta quit asking people if they want to bathe with you, man. This is.
Well, I'm not gonna bathe with. I just made a tower and I wanted to show it off, and there's baths.
Are you scared of bathing alone? Is that what this
No,
is?
it has nothing to. No, I mean, if no one else wants to use it, I'll use it.
Now I'm
You don't
scared
even want
of
to
you
check
in
out
there.
the tower?
All right, what are you gonna do in the bathroom? I'm scared of what you're gonna do in there alone now. I don't know what to do in this situation.
But do you want to come and take a bath with me, Tishian?
I feel like I have to right now.
I'm gonna go get a water. Let me get some water. That's
Hold
Grian.
on. Yeah. Tishian and Jet go take a bath.
Yep. The bottom floor is like sauna bar all the way around, except for one spot where there's a ladder going up, and it's just like 4 giant bathtubs. That's all it is.
Hell yeah. You know, Jet, I thought it was weird when you asked, but now, I mean, this is lovely. This is just nice.
Just a black and white checkered tile floor.
Oh yeah.
Are you,
and it's like,
Eliane? Are
it's
you
like-
gonna go get water? Is this a thing you can do now? Are you capable of this, Eliane? Are you sure?
I mean, she obviously doesn't have to now. There's a bath.
Are you sure?
Okay.
This ASMR cattiness, Prisha.
It's good. It's good. It's my favorite type.
Oh, God.
Let's go to Adema and Ianthe first. So you two walk off.
Okay, I will walk away far enough that I think that we can have a quiet conversation. Not necessarily whispering, but a quiet conversation, but I can still see people. When she grabbed your arm, She looked similar to the ghosts we saw under Raven's Rock. And quite frankly, if she were a fighter, she could wipe the floor with me.
No.
I don't want you going with her alone.
Adim, you know I have to talk to her.
Then take me with you. We're siblings.
It's not really the kind of conversation I want to have with someone else.
Remember the whole we don't go places alone rule?
What if you were close by?
What if you didn't have a talk with her by yourself?
I don't...
She looked like she was undead and not in the Prisha way.
It's about as close as you're gonna get to a compliment on that regard.
Yeah,
Prisha.
Love you too, bestie.
I said, I am learning to handle so much with New Moon, both good and bad. And one of the good things I find, that I have found rather, is
Your voice cut out for a second.
sorry. So I'm whispering because I think that's probably why I cut out. So I'm whispering, but I'm not whispering right now so you can hear me. I said some of the things I found is that I have family here, both blood and otherwise. I will be damned if I let some undead person who already killed a party member take my sister by themselves to have a difficult conversation in her place of power. Are you mad?
All right. You're right. I'll talk to her and
Maybe surrounded by New Moon.
I'd really rather not.
Or weapons drawn.
I'd really rather not that.
Okay, but just not alone, please.
Okay. You can be there too.
Okay, that's a start.
Quietly.
Well, she'll know I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, unless she goes all grr, I'm a zombie again, then I'm not gonna do much, but oh my goodness.
Okay.
Or I will draw the line at throwing a bone spike through your chest. I'll do something then too.
That'd be great.
Okay.
That'd be so.
Awesome. Glad we can have this conversation.
Yeah.
I am wondering, however, if the stream that she mentioned connects with the lake that we need to go to eventually. So I can tell the truth. Do you think that stream goes to that lake that we were wondering about with the dagger and the amulet?
Maybe. I mean, all streams
Maybe
lead to
start the
somewhere.
conversation
It's come
that way.
from somewhere.
You can start the conversation that way. Hey, about that stream.
Sure.
Great. Okay.
Adim giving social
I don't really
advice to
know.
Ianthe.
I don't know how to transition from there's a stream that we had questions about to, hey, I fell in love with your ex-boyfriend and now he's dead. I don't know what that transition is.
Okay, I have to wonder. So this is me not having been in a relationship and clearly not really wanting one for any number of reasons that we're not going to get into right now. But what part of I fell in love with your ex-boyfriend has to be discussed? How about just, I'm really sorry to tell you that E-Wolf passed in combat?
I think she deserves to know.
Why? No offense to the dead, but he's dead. And granted, where we are, he might pop up any moment now. But, I mean...
Do you really think any of them are going to be able to keep that quiet? I don't.
Okay.
And I'd rather she heard it from me.
And Elissa could probably say something too.
Yeah. She's going to find out. So I'd rather she found out from me.
Okay, how about... Do you have to say I fell in love with him? How about we were getting closer. I mean, we were really, y'all were really only talking like that from what I could tell. Now, granted, I'm kind of a brick, but I only saw it for 3 or 4 days. Do you have to go so heavy-handed into it to upset her?
I guess not. I guess I could just tell her that I cared about him. I
Yeah.
still care about him.
Well, so do I. He's nice. Not the same way you did. Don't worry. But it's, I mean, why poke the bear when it looks like an undead spirit from below Raven Rock who could wipe the floor with me, or Tishian, or Prisha, or you? Why are we poking that bear? Now, if you want to poke the bear, I can piss her off, but then we may as well bring Denmother Yudris.
No, I don't want to poke anything. I'm trying to be respectful of her as a person.
So then don't delve into I fell in love with.
Okay, I'll
Came close, and I'm sorry he's gone.
I just thought maybe I thought it might be nice to have someone who understood what I'm going through.
Okay, that's fair, because Lord knows I don't. Then maybe see how she takes that part of it, and if she takes it well, you can delve deeper and maybe make a good friend out of it. But people shouldn't lose their eye sockets when they're talking to you.
Yeah. That's a little unnerving.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was a coincidence.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Super powerful spellcasters grabbing my sister and then losing their eye sockets and looking like undead from below the ground. That's coincidence with New Moon. That means nothing. Nothing bad ever happened to us with people like that.
Yeah, bad things don't happen to people who touch me.
No. So, just have that, maybe talk to her. I'm around. Have your left hook ready.
Okay. I'll have you around. And I won't go so heavy into how I felt about him.
You're an actress, right?
Yes.
So act. Don't lie. But don't tell the entire truth.
Oh, come on. Who are you talking to?
Exactly.
All right.
Don't let her touch you.
Why?
Keep your eye on her. For like hollow eye sockets and stuff.
Will do. Thank you for the heads up.
Think she's like Prisha?
No, we met her parents.
I'm sure you all have had parents too. And if Denmother had been around and Elissa died, sorry, Eliane.
No, I don't think. I've got a dog going crazy at my feet.
I'm right here. So.
All right. I will.
Here he is.
Talk to her after we talk to Denmother.
Okay.
Thank you for warning me.
You're welcome. And thanks for listening. Let's talk again sometime.
Yeah.
I said let's talk again sometime.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Donzig, enough.
Donzig, quit sneezing.
Prisha, as you are making your way down the sort of honestly just like a light hill that extends down, just that kind of like that riverbed sort of like kind of thing where you're having to kind of like just be very careful. But Prisha, I'm gonna give you, just for fun, I'm gonna give you a dexterity saving throw with advantage. Because I'm evil and twisted like that.
Just falls flat down on the ground. Dex.
Yes.
My +0 hurts, Joe.
So you have advantage, you have the +4.
17.
17. Beautiful. 17, there's a moment that if anyone else was watching would not have noticed a thing, but you notice that you're as you're making your way down your like expert footing, things of like Prisha being so used to the process of walking down to the brook. You didn't slip, but you missed your mark a little bit as you notice that there's a rock in the way. Something that I'm telling Nat. You're not Nav. I'm telling Kay. So many names. So Kay is Nav, and that's why I'm saying that. Yes. That UK would recognize as like, how would she know that that's in the way? But if you were there, you would have moved that rock out of the way.
Yeah. I think Prisha kicks the rock.
Beautiful.
I think she stops once she like hits it wrong on her hoof and kind of does a and she's just gonna kick it really hard.
Beautiful.
And then continue on her merry way.
Got it. As you continue, you notice Elissa not too far off, a safe distance away, but just holding a rock, just standing there, looking down at it and looking out at the stream. You get the feeling at the beginning of this was a young child exploring the new surroundings, and it has now turned into wherever her mind is at. She seems to be lost in it.
I think Prisha, at the risk of startling Elissa, is going to just kind of, she's gonna make her way across like the rocks on the riverbank, not really intending to be quiet necessarily. I don't think cloven hooves on rock is going to be quiet.
Right.
But I think that she just kind of plops down next to Elissa and just kind of brings her backwards knees up and just kind of like rests herself. Sigh! Like real dramatically.
Beautiful. This is nice. I like this.
Yeah. You should see it in the spring.
Well, he sounds like I'm gonna. She skips the rock across the brook. Is there anything else fun around here?
I don't think anything around here is half as fun as what we've been going through with New Moon.
Yeah, I figured.
But there are things. There are rabbits to chase and plants to watch grow and paint to watch dry, and she just starts listing off like more boring things until like Elissa tells her to stop.
Okay, yeah.
Is seeing Eliane everything you hoped it would be?
Oh. Yeah, I guess. I don't know how to feel about it, I kind of hoped that I would just feel like I would know. I guess I thought I would know what to say or do or think when I saw her. And first off, she's like jacked now.
Yeah.
She looks so like weird. Like
Was
she
she
has
not strong like
muscles
that
now.
before?
No.
Hmm.
No, she kind of was like. Mom used to, make comments about. Yeah, Mom wasn't very nice to her. But she wasn't, she wasn't like skinny ripped.
I mean, yeah. I think that probably happens when you have my entire garden at your disposal. And I grew a lot of food. And there's a lot of work to be done.
That I'm gonna have to help out with.
Yeah, probably. You can run around with Buff and collect sticks, though. For a while.
Is Fuff staying?
Not forever. And he'll stay till I go. But there are other things in the forest you could make friends with.
I'm gonna make friends with all the rabbits.
There's a brown one with a little white spot over its eye. I named it Pecan.
Yeah.
I don't remember why, but she's really friendly. She's the most adventurous. She comes into the clearing sometimes when nobody's around.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll be able to. Oh, she has like a bow now.
Did she not before?
No, she had Ewolf.
Yeah. I
If
think a
she
lot of
kills
things change.
Pecan, I'm gonna lose it. This rabbit she's never met.
If anything happened to this rabbit, I would burn down this
Yeah, I would
entire
burn down this
grove.
entire. Yeah, exactly. I will lose it. She
Can I
better
let you in
not.
on a secret?
What?
I'll stand by you if you lose it. Pecan is a national treasure.
I can see why you like it here. It's very you. The
Spent a
animals
lot
are
of time
alive.
here. The animals are alive. The plants are alive. Not everything I do is death, just a lot of it. It's gonna be weird. It's been quiet most of the time I've been here. I mean, even Denmother wasn't here for most of the time I was here. So having you and Eliane is gonna be weird.
Do you think Eliane had to deal with that?
Probably. Denmother doesn't socialize very much. She's not a sit by the fire and tell stories, draw on the sand kind of person.
She told me stories. Sorry.
I'm glad. I think the side that she shows to other people is maybe different than the one she shows me.
But now I'm here, so I'll see that side too.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe she'll be nicer to you.
Yeah,
I mean-
because I'm like the third one.
Well, she's pretty mad at me, so she's probably looking for a new favorite.
Why is she mad at you?
I wasn't supposed to go into Massetti. I was also supposed to do a much better job protecting you.
Oh. Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have gotten into. Yeah, I would have.
Yes, you would have.
Yeah, I would have. But I would have felt worse about it.
That's big kid stuff. You don't have to worry about that quite yet. You do plenty of worrying about other big kid stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm ready, though. I'm ready for the big kid stuff.
Yeah, probably. You're pretty great, so you'll probably win.
Oh, win? What am I winning?
Well, everybody's hearts, and life is mostly a big game. And as long as you're surviving, you're winning. I made lots of games. I'll have to teach them to you.
Okay.
I have to teach them to Elianne. Because if I'm not here, someone has to play them with you.
She never really was into games.
Well, she doesn't have a choice now. She's in the woods.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
else is she going to do?
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to take care of each other. And there's no E-Wolf around.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Elissa.
I didn't feel good saying that.
I don't think it'll ever feel good to lose somebody. But maybe that's a good thing.
I just can't help feeling like maybe I'll have her to myself now. You know?
Well, I certainly won't take her from you.
Yeah, you hate her.
I don't hate her. I don't.
It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I hated her a lot.
I don't really think I'm mad at her. I mean, maybe a little. A little. I'm a little mad at her. I lived here by myself for a really long time. And I got to basically build this place to be mine. And everything worked the way that I wanted it. And then Denmother came back and she was so close to being gone, and I had to work. And then there was this skinny little terrified girl who didn't know how to get water out of a bucket and just got in my way. And now I was sent away, and now she's in my home, changing where the onions and the carrots are, and not lighting fires. And she looks strong. And it's working, even though it shouldn't be. The grove is working, even though it's not the way that I would do it. And that feels bad. It feels like I'm not needed. And I spent all this time for nothing. Sorry. I don't hate her.
Can I say something without you getting mad at me?
Yes.
Maybe you're not here. Needed, I mean. Like, it's like... It's kind of like, okay, so there was this one time when I saw Eliane and Ewell run into the barn, and it was kind of like late at night, and I was like, oh, cool, they're doing like a nighttime sort of game thing. And then I went running in, and then Eliane's hair was like a full mess when I came in, and then she like screamed at me like, get out, you don't know about... She's like yelling like, this isn't... And then later she told me, she was like, you're not old enough to understand this stuff, but I get it now. We don't have to talk about it. But like, so that's the... I guess it's kind of like the opposite of that. Like, maybe you grew out of, the barn.
You spend too much time with Grian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
Yeah. But I hear you. Finding... You're very lucky, Elissa. You get to have all these adventures that hopefully you'll remember your whole life. But I don't remember a lot of mine. This is all I know. And the idea of leaving or outgrowing it is very scary. And what am I going to do without my favorite person?
Me?
Fuck.
Oh. Fuff just kind of does that like sort of playful sort of squeal and kind of runs up to you, or runs up like your runs up your arm.
No, now I worry about you too much. How am I supposed to leave you here?
I did a thing. Maybe I can do it again.
What? The message?
Yeah, but like the long message.
Maybe. And, I mean, I guess maybe that's what the kind of stuff you'll learn with Denmother.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have so much fun. She is a great teacher.
Some grass makes my nose itch.
Yeah, that's going to suck for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, Elissa. Yeah.
Claritin doesn't exist, homie. I don't know what to tell
No.
you.
No. Sometimes even that's not enough. Okay.
I think Eliane's making breakfast. You should probably head up.
Yeah. Are you
I'm going to
coming?
sit here a little longer and wallow in self-pity, and then I'll show up. Did I use that word right? I learned it from my auntie.
Wallow or pity?
Wallow. Well, I know what pity means. Wallow.
No, I think you gotta... I don't know.
I'm going to sit here and feel bad about myself, and then I'll come up.
Okay.
Okay. Try not... There's a rock up there that somebody may have kicked, and Don't trip on it.
She turns and looks at the hundreds of rocks leading up to them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
It's round 1. They're all round.
I'm good. It's just
Okay.
a river bank.
Particular.
Prisha, you hear a voice come out over the din as you see a figure that may have been there the whole time, for as much as you know. You see her pulling roots up. Welcome home, Prisha.
Hello, Denmother.
And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. See you guys in 10.
back on air, I'll share it with everybody.
Yeah, perfect. You just
Yeah.
tell everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
My address is. Oh, we're back.
Yep. My social security. Oh, sorry. Damn.
My mother's maiden name. Oh, dang.
Oh, hey.
Last 3 on the back of the card.
Woo.
My first car I ever purchased. Damn.
My first pet's name?
My
Nice. Can we
secret
get one more?
desires are.
There we go.
Damn.
Good.
Good job, guys.
Beautiful.
I'm
Good
proud.
job.
You know
Good
what?
job.
I'm proud of us. No one else is, but I'm proud of us.
Ianthe and Adim, you come back to Eliane as she's now hanging what looks to be a small sort of like a small, I guess it's a cauldron, but like a pot, like a small sort of stone pot over the fire. As you see, there is a sort of like makeshift table that has this like kind of like picnic table sort of vibe, but is very like very borrowed from like natural sort of like trees and things like that. And there's like stumps that are just all around sort of for the seats. You can tell it's like it's wobbly and weird and beautiful in all the ways of just the natural forest.
Walking back, Adim, as soon as they're done with their conversation, they were walking back, Adim went back to being silent, like the entire walk back. If Ianthe said a word to him, he was just going back, just nodding and like not the Adim she has come to expect, not the Adim from the first meeting. That was what she was talking to, or who she was talking to. So I come back and I kind of will follow Anthe's lead. If it looks like she's going to talk to Eliane right now, then he'll stay nearby. And if it looks like she's not, he'll go back to just drawing in his book.
She notices you both approaching. Oh, like another 5 minutes or so.
Great.
Just making sure. Did you want tea?
Tea would be wonderful. I could make it.
No, it's okay. The pot's already on, so yeah, I just waiting for that to boil and then waiting for Denmother Yudris to show up. I don't know where the others went, but I imagine they're possibly taking a bath.
Yeah, everyone has a tendency to wander, so we'll never be in one place at one time.
They seem Jet seems nice.
He is. Yeah. Admittedly, I haven't known him terribly long.
I noticed there's a I don't remember their name, and that's awful for me to say, but the figure that I had that unfortunate sort of line of fire altercation. Did they decide to not come here besides because of that? Because I don't, I obviously on my end, 1,000 apologies. I don't, I was like,
no, that you had nothing to do with them not being here. It had nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Is it just the three of us?
I think you could hear. I don't know how Tishy and Jet are being, like how loud they're being in their conversations, but I also think Grian is like, I think Grian is around, probably like peered in and just like, nope, just like not right now. So he's probably within seeing distance, but.
Elian, there's something I need to talk to you about. I'm nervous.
Okay.
Come and
Does this something to do with Elissa?
no, not really.
Oh, okay.
Come and sit down, please.
All right. She sits down at the other side of the table, kind of like staring at you from across. You see, just literally that picture like that. Excuse me.
When we left Grifton and Elissa decided she was coming with us, Ewolf came with us too. And has been traveling with us, mostly trying to keep Elissa out of trouble. Out of danger. Trouble's different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A few days ago, we were staying with a group of people that we thought were our friends. They gave us shelter, promised us help, and then they betrayed us. And they tried to kill some of us. They tried to kidnap Elissa.
Is he alive?
No. We got away. But he didn't. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. You deserve to know.
Thank you. Excuse me for a minute.
Before you go.
Yeah.
There's kind of one more thing I need to tell you. Bless you.
Thank you. You see, you're at this point. She responded, but you're staring at her back.
Eowulf and I grew very close in our travels. We were together when he died. I cared about him very much. I still care about him very much. You deserve to know.
You just see a nod.
I'm sorry.
These onions were a really stupid choice.
No, I think they're really nice. I think that's just making me tear up a bit, but you know, that's that happens.
Just really This was really a dumb. I shouldn't have changed things. I shouldn't have. And you see her moving, kind of. Adim, you would take this as violent steps, but as away from Ianthe towards the garden.
I will walk towards Ianthe to comfort Ianthe with my left hand, while keeping my right hand near my chakra.
You see Eliane starting to pull up the onions, just muttering stupid idea, stupid.
I'm gonna take a risk. I walk over to Eliane, and I take a knee, like behind her slightly, and I just say quietly, "Things change, and that's okay, even when it's hard."
Roll me a persuasion check.
I don't get a plus on that one. Let me see. Oh, well, I'll take that, and I'll add less.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
For 25.
You're coming in now.
Oh, nat 20 for 25.
25.
Heck.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that on that roll.
She.
The dice
kind of
thought
like
she needed to hear that.
Apparently.
Yeah. She cocks her head back, looking kind of straight up, and then looks at you, and there's a moment where you see anger reflected in a spellcaster.
And if she's looking at me, I steel myself, and I don't draw anything, but I think to myself, I took a hit from Elissa. Okay. That's literally what I'm thinking. Like, okay, I could do this.
You see her turn towards you. This fucking garden, and she kicks her back leg out as if kicking into like scraping the ground. And you see essentially what would be equivalent to like a gust of wind, but essentially like a force pushing out and uprooting the entire row of onions as there is a massive sort of like boom. And
is it only directed to the garden, or is it all around her?
No, it was behind her. Like she kicked back, and that's what.
Oh, I see. Okay.
As you hear Adim voice behind you, Eliane. That's enough.
Do I recognize that voice as Denmother Yudris?
Yes, you do. You turn around and you see, let's say, not only Denmother Yudris, but Prisha.
Before I turn around, I just look at her, and with all honesty, I say, I'm sorry if I upset you. And then I walk back to, I don't even look at the two of them behind me. I walk back to Ianthe before I turn around and face Denmother Yudris.
You see Eliane wiping a tear down, and she starts to kind of walk towards Yudris and Prisha. Ianthe, she doesn't catch your eye. And she walks past Yudris and Prisha. But Prisha, you hear, took care of the fucking garden. She moves past and down towards the creek bed. She also moves past Elissa at that. Well, sorry for the interruption. My, what an interesting building.
It's the first time Prisha sees it,
Mm-hmm.
and she just goes, "He thought of everything." Wow.
I guess it's fine. Come, I will finish the preparations for breakfast. Eliane shan't be joining us. We'll pause there. Tishy and Jet, anything you guys want to talk about in the tub?
Oh, Jet is definitely. Hey, Tishy, do you got some swill?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
You guys
got
just
some
getting
here.
day drunk in the
Yeah.
bathtub.
Yeah, let's get sloshed in the tub.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And it's like everybody like outside can hear like one more.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
We can't take you guys anywhere.
Jet has 100% rate of not taking damage when he's drunk. I'm just saying.
That's fair. Tishin, anything on your side?
I don't think so. I mean, in this scenario, I feel like he's pretty like, I don't know. He'll probably be in the bath for a while, but eventually he'll also wander out
You got it. Yeah.
too. But
I
like,
will say, as you guys are in there, say if you're in there for any longer than like 10 minutes, you hear that sort of strange sort of.
We should go check that, shouldn't we?
yeah, I think so.
But I finally got all this gunk out of from the scale. Just gonna get up and get dressed. Jet is scarred up. He looks kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just gonna get dressed and go on from there.
So you're just you're pointing out that Jet is scarred up.
Yeah, he is very. He's been beaten and mistreated growing up.
Right.
He is.
I'll mark that down and just sort of like think about that. I mean, Tishin's not going to bring it up, I don't think necessarily, especially if they look like old scars. But yeah, he'll clock that and just think about. Well, he'll also add it to the conversations about you had about your tribe, I think, and then all the conversations you've had about the past about how they were physical and also knowing about your run-in with Igorin at Hausamal as well. I'm wondering which ones came from which. But none are conversations he wants to open up right now necessarily.
Matt, if you can give me just a touch more gain on your mic.
Sure, why not? There we go. That's out.
So if you want to gauge it while you're talking on that little white mic, it was just lower than what we. Cool. So yeah, so say so you guys are. I assume Tishin, you're also kind of like quickly getting dressed.
I mean, I only have a pair of pants right now. I have not found a shirt since the family, so it's just that and a lot of weapons, Joe.
Yeah, you got
it's just
yeah,
that
so
and a lot of weapons.
You guys put on your clothes and run outside, and I'll say just enough to see Denmother Yudris looking like she's taking a pot off of the fire.
Jet's gonna walk up. Hi, I'm Jet.
Oh, I know.
Denmother,
That was a joke. I'm so sorry. I know that I seem like the creepy old witch, so sometimes I like to play into that idea. I had no idea you were coming. Hi, Jet.
Nice to meet you. And Jet's gonna shake, and then he's gonna say, "We have baths. It's been a long trip.
Great.
Good for your bones."
Would you please take a seat?
Jet sits down.
You see as Denmother's eyes kind of slowly drifts over to Tishian. Hello, Tishian.
Tishian's gonna instinctively kind of like fold his arms. Hey, Denmother, or hey, Yudris. Hey, Yudris. How are you doing right
Yudris
now?
is fine.
Yeah, how are you feeling? How are you holding up?
I am much better from the last conversation we had.
Oh, good. I'm happy you got out of there. That was a touchy situation. It's good to see you again. You look strong.
Thank you. And you as well. The days apart seems to have formed you like clay.
Yeah, I'm always been kind of stout, but now I'm strong as fuck. But anyways, I'm really appreciate everything. Yeah, I'll say Prisha had a lot to do with it too. She's pretty awesome out there on the road. So, just throwing that out there. But yeah, what are you doing? What are you up to? Are you making food or?
When you say Prisha had a lot to do with it, you see her face. Like you can kind of see Prisha behind you just doing whatever Prisha's doing in response to that. But Prisha's face is very unwavering in response to that. Just that same sort of like fixed sort of smile. It's a little creepy.
I know that Tishy knows that creepy smile well, and the many shapes it takes, and yeah, as armadillo, boar, or whatever else shapes it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what are you doing, Yudris? Are you making food or?
Oh, well. Eliane usually prepares the morning meal for us, but I believe she is working through the emotions of the day. As there is many. I looks over at Ianthe and then fully like turns and like kind of like moves away from you, Tishian, and kind of sits down at the table, and Ianthe just instinctively kind of takes your hand.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset her like that. She deserved to know. She needed to know that he's gone.
Yes. That she did. You did nothing wrong. Prisha, why don't you get some of the black root from my bedroom?
Yeah, Prisha will just nod kind of curtly and move to go get it.
Okay. I liked that boy.
I did too.
in the realms of distractions. The both of them, he is the best kind.
Yeah.
You were close, I take it.
We were. Not as close as I'd hoped, but we didn't have enough time.
I'm sure you had exactly the time that nature chose for you and for him.
Is it selfish to wish for more?
I think there is a time to question that, but there is not now.
You're right. You're right. Would you like me to make the tea? I was going to help Elliot.
Shh. No. I'll take care of it. I am the host. You are the guest. All of you, come sit. Just bask in the warmth of each other's presence. And she pours water out to all of you. Right now it's just boiling water. Prisha, Prisha, in Denmother's bedroom, I think the first thing you notice is there is some sort of basically like the jawbone of a large creature that has been fastened to a piece of wood that looks like something like a pickaxe. You see that kind of like by the door.
Is it new?
You don't recognize it.
Okay. I think Prisha's gonna reach out and kind of like touch it, just because I think she's wants to just be tactile for a moment, and she's just gonna like touch it and kind of appreciate the weirdness of it.
There's a moment that I think becomes a further sort of like level of like, I know what this is supposed to feel like, so that we feel this thing, and the sadness sort of deepens a little bit as you feel that it's not quite bone. There's something around it that seems to have hardened it, most likely magically.
Okay.
So that's at the entrance.
Okay. I think that she's gonna move past it for now and find the route that she was sent in for.
As you walk in, you see the reason for the pickaxe. This sort of small cubby hole. It's similar to how you would see like a hole in like a catacombs like setting, as if housing a forever body at rest, until you notice the size of it. Smaller. And knowing how Denmother Yudris sleeps, which is very similar. I think for anyone else walking in here, they would immediately kind of come running out after Denmother Yudris, like, are you going to kill Elissa and then put her in here forever? Yeah, I think there's a realization that washes over you of like, Denmother Yudris made, well, there is a place for Elissa in Denmother's own room. A a nicety that was not afforded to Prisha.
I think there is definitely like a grief in that, like in a sadness that kind of sits in her chest. But I also think that it is I think it is replaced very quickly by the memory of the yelling match with Elissa and how the safest place for her is with Denmother Yudris. And I think that Prisha connects that it may be less of a nicety and more of a necessity.
Beautiful. Take a point of inspiration for that. That is
Thanks.
exactly what it is.
Yeah. She's just gonna kind of forage around in the room, and I'm sure that there's like a basket that has the root in it.
What is kind of comforting about this room is that it is exactly how you left it. And it always has, and you imagine it always will be.
It's my mom's room, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't think Prisha needs to look. I think she knows exactly where the thing is.
Yeah. Got it. And you grab the black root and just bring it out.
Before she leaves, though, she's gonna pull any of the bones that she used to make the little lizard for Elissa. I think she's gonna pull them out and put them in like the little cubby hole for Elissa.
I love that. I love that.
It's weird, but like they're weird.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Nat 20, my Prisha dice love me.
Okay, cool. Because I think this is really cute. I think in this instance, the nat 20 works in Kay's favor, but it is also really like a moment of Prisha, not like accidentally, basically like having this like sort of like excess of magic. That as you place the bones there, you see this like, you see them like seem to collect each other, and you're like, I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. And you see this little like kind of lizard is it's gonna curl up, look at you.
Well, you will be a little surprised for later. Just hang out. Okay. All right.
You see
I
it
gotta
kind of it just goes to the center and does the dog thing of going in a circle and then laying down. Very confused of its own existence.
Yes, it's my favorite kind. Me
Yes.
too, buddy.
That's what Prisha says as you walk out. Cool. You present the black root to Prisha, or sorry, to Ianthe, or geez, to Yudris.
So many names.
Yudris immediately like pulls out, because she just has already like this like mortar and pestle sort of thing, and just starts to kind of grind it up.
Next to a sobbing Ianthe.
Yep, 100%. And she kind of she doesn't have like any sort of like bag or like soaking sort of material. She just puts the herbs in. And it's the same for all the teas that you have, but for this one's specific for Ianthe, as she just explains, it helps with. It can help with many things, but the anxiety of many emotions. Helps to make them easier to carry.
So it's Xanax in liquid form.
Yeah. Like in her mind, she's not giving it to you to be like, this is going to help you to just be like so much happier and not like depress us all. It's more of like, this is going to help you feel healthy in the space that you are and being able to kind of control your own feeling. You know what I mean? You get it.
I take anxiety medication. I know.
Yeah. You get it. I mean, you get what I just didn't want it to be like a moment of like, you need to chill out. Here, drink this. It wasn't that.
No. No, I take meds. I know what the goal is.
You see, this whole time, as you guys are kind of collecting yourselves to sit, Elissa has been like standing. She's taken maybe 4 or 5 steps forward since Eliane Eliane kind of moved past all of you. You see you just, Elissa, dear, come sit. I want to hear all about your adventures. Someone roll a d20 for me.
I'm on it.
Oh,
Oh, I just did it.
Oh.
First one to shout out.
5.
oh.
Do you want me to do the 4 with it or no?
No, not for this. This is for BC stuff. She doesn't move. You can see her kind of like looking back. You guys do anything?
Elissa, come talk to us. It's okay. She'll be okay.
She goes and sits with you all. Anthony, I'd like you to give me an insight check on Elissa, but I'm going to tell you, in the cases of all the normal sort of things you've had to deal with Elissa, I would typically have you roll with advantage. I'm going to have you roll straight.
Interesting. Ooh, hey. I found my 4. 27.
Jesus. Wow. Cool.
I rolled really well.
With a 27, you see a look and an expression that you've never seen on Elissa's face before. In the time that you have spent going through the most dangerous sort of like it's a look of nervousness, apprehension, and a little bit of fear.
I'll hold my hand out, like for her to come hold my hand. You're not in trouble. No one's upset with you. No one's angry.
You go to stick your hand out, and you see Denmother Yudris pointedly pushes a bowl of basically like boiled vegetables of like some weird sort of variety. Let's say it's just bok choy. I think in my head I'm trying to like think of what it is. But she pushes it towards you, inviting you to eat, but it is also blocking the hand movement of having Elissa and you hold hands.
Can I look over? I'll look over at Denmother, like unsure.
Please, you need your strength. I have no idea what Seti food is like, but I imagine it is missing certain important ingredients.
Thank you. Elissa, come have something to eat.
Reaches up for the bok choy. Yeah. So while that scene's going on, Adim, Jet, Prisha, Titian, and Grian, you guys are all kind of trying to enjoy this meal, but it is also very much a very odd looking, I wouldn't say odd, but it's a very much a vegetarian type meal with, with the very like typical sort of root vegetables, but also some that you don't recognize. So there's a little bit of like, I think like an apprehension of like wondering what this is before eating it, that type of thing.
Adim, I mean, there's maybe a slight amount, but he's eating raw seaweed underwater. So he's like, yeah. Like just with his hands. And if he sees other people with like utensils, like, oh, sorry. And probably like grabs a fork like this and like stabs at it and like try to, because he's not used to utensils really. So like, actually, he probably stabs it, brings it towards him, and then takes it off and eats it with his hand anyway.
I was gonna say it's like a tiny trident, but he probably stabs things with his trident.
So yeah, it doesn't really bother him that much. Like he's like, it's just green matter. I've eaten green matter before. I kind of get it. This just grows not in the water.
There's some like weird bitterness that you wish was made fluid with like an easier sort of to move from that spot on your tongue that doesn't like that sensation with water, but it is also in some of it's incredibly dry.
Well, I could just, if you'll let me for flavor, just like as I'm
you
going,
absolutely could
hydrate it, hydrate the dry parts, just just
Delicious.
I have some.
Give me a stealth check.
Oh, I'm not stealthy about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then don't.
As long as I can do it without like drenching the table, I'm like, I like this better this way. So he hydrates it and eats it. Like
Same as adding salt.
And there might be like some dripping off his hand because he's used to being wet, but he was like, good.
Beautiful. You see Prisha, or not Prisha, Yudris have this like kind of like sort of like knowing smile at that. Well,
he's being fed. He's happy.
Tishin, perhaps you could tell us a story of maybe a happy one, of something that happened along your way here.
Oh, you'd like to know a happy story? Sure. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, here's a story. We were in this place. It was called Dare's Wharf. And we were at this tavern, and we were just all kind of getting together, drinking, enjoying each other's company. The air was moody with just anticipation in the air. This is actually before Prisha joined us, I think. Yeah. And we were there. We were meeting up with a few people. Ianthe's sister, Ianthe's sister's friend, missing, but we were just there hanging out, chilling. And then, somebody walked over and we had a fucking bar fight right there. It was the best time ever. We sat there. Adim was choking someone out in the corner. Ianthe was kicking some guy in the shins. I think, Jet, were you a part of this as well? Jet might not have been with us.
Nope.
I was fighting 9.5 guys by myself, no weapons, just pure brute strength. I know you're asking yourself, why was it half guys? Well, the guy was ambidextrous, so we counted an extra half. So what we were doing is we were just fighting and going at it hardcore, and the bartender kept coming at us and was like, guys, you quit messing up our bar. But the thing is, the bar was already kind of shitty when we got there, so I think we kind of made it look better. We definitely added to the story and lore of the bar. But we kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and it was fun. No one died. One guy died, but that guy deserved it. And we kept going, and it's actually Ianthe's sister's friend that did it, who's also kind of our friend at the time. That's a sad story. You wanted a happy one. We kept going on and on and on, and by the time it was over, yeah, we kind of had to flee the city. But live and let live, I say, right?
And where was Elissa during this time?
I think she was sitting at the table at the time too.
No, she
Mm,
was with Green's aunt at the time.
that's right. She was with Grian's
Found
aunt.
someone
Yeah,
safe for her to stay
she
while we were
was
business.
she was eating like pounds and pounds of sweets and chocolates in a safe place that was very taken care of and protected.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the sick after.
Oh yeah, she got sick right after it for a little bit. That she had too many sweets. That's the lesson we learned. But it seems like now she's going to have access to plenty of vegetables, so that'll even things out, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Elissa, try this, please. And you see like just some other veggies are kind of like put onto Alyssa's plate. As she is just kind of like she's in a space of that like sort of kid space of like, you're not my mom, are you? I'm trying to figure that out.
But yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of different sort of. There's been a lot that's happened on the road, while we've been kind of together, and it's been interesting. Um, I don't know.
Well, if we were in the Feywild, I would owe you a great personal debt.
What? Why? Hold on. What? Why are you bringing up
Why in
the
the
Feywild?
Feywild?
It is a custom in the Feywild for those that are in debt. They are connected to offering one favor.
Are you from the Feywild? I just assumed you were from the South.
I have visited.
Oh, okay. That's really exciting. But I don't. Hey, I don't think you owe us any. I mean, Tishing's looking around at the party. I don't think you owe us any debts or anything like that. We're happy to. I mean, it's what friends do for each other, I guess.
I
We are
apologize.
friends,
I guess
right?
I wasn't clear.
Oh, sorry.
I am in your debt. So if there is anything I can do within my power to grant you, I will do that. There are limitations, of course. And she shoots the smallest look at Ianthe. Not to catch Ianthe's eyes, but like to let everybody know.
All right. Are you saying that each one of us sort of is this like a one wish per party or one wish for party members sort of situation?
Dear Tishi and I say that we are not in the Feywild, so we'll keep it simple. And if there is one wish that I can grant,
Oh, okay. I feel like we should probably talk about it as a party, but there's definitely things that. Hold on, and you have the power of the Feywilds?
no, I was just making a point in
Hmm.
understanding where. Well, to be honest with you, understanding why those wagers and deals happened in the first place. It is not pertinent to this conversation. I am from here, Tishian. Don't worry.
Uh, Sure. I mean, the important thing is that we're here together. We're friends, But yeah, no, I think there's definitely. I think we should have some discussions before we start talking and going down that road first.
Absolutely. I was
It's been a
going to.
long road.
Yes, I was going to wait until maybe a more opportune time for a conversation of making sure that we are all on the same page when it comes to Elissa. She is a very special child. Looking right at her.
I think Prisha's been slightly like behind Yudris, like not behind, but like next to, but kind of behind. Um, and she just kind of like under her breath grumbles, "You don't have to talk about her like she's not here."
No clear representation of her hearing that, or she just didn't respond. Unless I imagine there are things that I have kept from you for too long. Things that I wager looking around at the other faces. They have started to catch up. We will have that conversation soon, I promise you. Tishian, Grian, actually, I guess all of you. I'm not entirely sure of your dietary restrictions, but I imagine that the meat that has been held on the fire is up for grabs for anyone who would like to take.
Thank you. All right. Tishin will go over there and start sawing it off like one of those
It's
Brazilian
like
steakhouses.
it's basically like jerky, like dry. It's
Oh.
like early dry, like early jerky. Like it's not entirely dried. You know what I mean? That sort of thing.
It's like really cheap jerky where it's like it's
Yes.
jerky. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like jerky but spelled with a Q.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And in a place that would surprise you. Yeah, you you notice. I'm going to say I think Tishan just knows straight up. It just tastes like venison.
Perfect. After all of the rabbits we ate on the road, which were delicious to Tishian, he's happy for venison right now.
You do see a little rabbit that is poking its head out from like a little spot there. You see there's a big white spot on its face.
Yeah. Tishian looks at it and he goes, and he just, like,
And
eyes it
Prisha
down.
looks at Elissa and points to the rabbit.
Elissa misses it. She seems to be like most of her attention is towards Yudris, and like she said, "What?
The rabbit."
Oh, I missed it. Sorry."
It's okay. You'll get it next time.
Well, I have had my fill. As I've said, no matter what wish that you ask of me to fulfill, you all are truly heroic for doing what you did.
Dean's eyebrows are questioning when she says that. He's not looking at her.
There are many who will owe their lives to you.
Thank you for saying that.
Of course. And now that Precious is home, we can be family again.
I'm sure you'll stay. I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah. Perhaps that conversation, Precious, we should have now.
Perhaps.
Would you excuse me? Please, feel free to have anything in my home is yours.
So, sorry.
Okay.
I'm jumping in here. So I just want to make sure, because of the setting, if Mother Yudris is walking off with Prisha to have a private conversation, that's what's happening
Yes.
here. Is Elissa is still here with the group? I'm assuming, but
Yes.
the sister's not here.
Correct.
Okay. Does Elissa look? And Elissa looks kind of occupied on her own. What I want to do is I want to bring the remaining part of the group. I want to bring them together. Because I have not talked to them about what happened with me and Elissa earlier in this session. And I want to download that information to them.
Do you want Elissa to not be there for this?
A little bit, because
I'll say, Tishian, you do notice that like Elissa continuously sort of like eyes the sort of like ledge where it would go down to the creek, kind of seemingly interested in whether or not her sister's going to come back.
Okay. So I would pull Ianthe, Adim, Jet, and Grian over. God, Grian, you've been really quiet this session.
Well, you guys had a bath without me.
Yeah, well, next time we'll have a bath together. Okay, it's fine. Guys, can we come over here and huddle up together? I kind of want to let y'all know something. Did y'all notice when I picked up Elissa earlier the giant walls of fire that surrounded us?
Yeah,
No, I
burning?
missed it.
that was hard to miss. I was wondering if I was going to have to run through a third wall of fire for you.
Man, I can see sarcasm runs in the family right now, and that's fine and dandy. But
I noticed it, Tishian.
yeah, no, I was hoping I could. Fine, okay. Anyways, I just wanted to let y'all know that I met I met the guy. I met the Rod guy.
You met him.
I met him. Yeah, I met him. I'm assuming, has anyone else here seen the Rod guy?
I haven't
The
seen
like creepy
him.
smile.
The closest I've gotten was when Elissa gets angry and things start getting hot.
Okay. No, okay. So I'm not talking about her creepy smile. I mean, like, I met the actual guy. He's actually Leonin, just like me.
What?
Yeah, he.
How?
Oh, I don't buy that.
Okay, so why would I make it up? You saw the fire. He just was a fire Leonin, and he was looking right at me. And he even like singed. You can see right above the scar where I got stabbed. You can see like a little singe mark right there. He actually burned me. Even he
Maybe he was thinking about jumping into you.
I don't know.
Kind of looks like Elissa's hand, Tishian.
I mean, it could be Alyssa's hand. Probably is.
Okay.
but I'm just
I'm
I'm
just
just
not
having
seeing
trouble.
like a Leonin paw,
Hmm.
you know, like on your if this.
Right. It's a child's hand. It's not a paw.
Okay, listen. But there's a Leonin inside Alyssa. Is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Is that the okay? So I know this may sound crazy, but hear me out because things in the Leonin neck of the woods has not been exactly great right now. Our afterlife is kind of being dealt with. But what if this guy has something to do with my afterlife? Like, what if this guy is like one of the transcended in my afterlife area played?
I I don't know. I,
I don't. Uh,
I'm
that
just throwing stuff out there. I just want to make. I'm just sharing thoughts here. I'm not looking to brainstorm. I got more information. I'm sharing it with y'all. But
Thank you.
no, yeah, it's good to know. I mean, look, we're going to the jar, right? To look for information about the rods. That that
I mean,
is definitely something to work with.
and I would definitely say you should probably tell Yudris about this.
oh, I'm going to talk to Yudris about a whole. I got like a whole list of questions for her. This is definitely going to add it to the list. But
Yeah,
like
she needs to know about.
that's yeah. But I just you know I don't know, I just want to share it with y'all. I don't have an answer, but I figured y'all would like to know. Um,
Yes, yes, that's very good to know.
I mean, what if Yudris can take the rod away from Melissa
I
or out
thought
of
about
Melissa?
that. Is that possible?
She has like we just found out she has connections to the Fae, right? Like I think she said she was Fae. No, she says she's from here. She said something
She's
about being Fae.
she's visited the Feywild, so she has some familiarity with their laws.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't put it past her.
Well, I thought it was. It, I don't know if she can, but their deity might be able to, right?
You mean
Uh,
the Ostial deity?
I'm
Are we
not.
talking about that one? Or are you talking about another one, Jet?
I'm
I
not
think
sure I'm
that's
ready to
right.
bring in a. I'm not sure I'm ready to bring a god into this yet.
Yet? How about ever?
Mostly that.
Are we just not?
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Sarcasm and atheism just runs right in that family. I tell
That
you, it
wasn't
must run in the blood.
sarcasm.
I
That
guess
was
so.
honest to God begging.
It's
Let's
not
not make God.
atheism. It's more of a disdain.
I think atheism is kind of impossible in this world.
No, yeah, atheism is the opposite of Adim's problem. He very much believed in the gods.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a general disdain.
Not a stain. Stay away from me. So
But what if though? I mean, is it say? I mean, but hold on now. Hear Jed out though. Is it? You're thinking maybe bringing a god into this jet? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I'm pretty sure when we all sat down and talked about it, isn't Ostial like the god of like separating things?
I thought he was the god of like death
Well, yeah, but separation and
from
separation from
life.
yeah, but
Yeah, I don't want that.
okay, look, I couldn't get rid of Codex, and when Prisha touched him, he went away for a little bit, and then I got rid of him by believing in myself. So maybe we just need to believe.
Uh, I mean, here's the thing I'm going to propose here. Here's what I'm going to say because I don't totally disagree with Jet. I think we got to go to Zajar anyways. We got to go there and deal with the Katsuda and
Yeah, we
the
got to kill that
Codex
book.
thing. We have to kill it. We have to burn a library in Zajar apparently, but um, is it? I mean, like, is going by all accounts, Zajar is just as dangerous as anything else. Is it really that much more dangerous than talking to a god here? are talking to someone who could bring a god here to help us out.
I mean, from what I know from growing up, the gods can be very dangerous, and they're fickle.
But more as more dangerous than a place that like no one's returned from.
I don't know. I think it's a kind of a crapshoot either way.
I mean, if not, I'm gonna literally. I don't know. We gotta figure out something else with Denmother, but like that just feels like an option to consider.
Well, I mean, it's always good to see if we can. If she's powerful enough to do it, I don't mind trying to lend some magic. But also, if she can't, you might be able to get us closer to Zajar. Maybe we can beat Codex there.
It's possible. I mean, either way, I don't think we should tell Elissa right now. I mean, the kid's got a lot on her plate, anyways, and I don't know. I just want to be careful with it because we don't want to overpromise or. It seems like she's already kind of on a sensitive path with Yudris, anyways. So, that's just what I'm picking up. But I don't know what y'all are seeing.
I don't know in relation to that because honestly, I'd never considered the possibility. But I will say this: it seems there's druid magic here, and I kind of, like look over in Pritch's direction,
Precious
uncomfortable or not.
gone.
I know, but just like in
Yeah.
the direction they're walking, I know. Just like seems like there's druidic magic here, as far as I can tell with what little I know. And the family is not far away and also druidic. Yudris needs to be told that the family tried to kidnap Elissa.
Yes.
Do we
But
tell her about what
for
we?
our favor, we could suggest in her protection of Elissa that none of the residents of the family are harmed. Defend against the elders.
Should we tell her about what we saw there?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
nearly
I
killed us. It's
think
the
she
reason why
would.
Wolf is dead. Sorry. But yeah, we need to tell her.
Okay. I just met her today, and you guys seem to trust her a lot.
I don't trust her, but she needs to know what she's dealing with. If we're handing over Elissa, who we've done our best to protect for this long across continents, we need to let her know who's after Elissa as far as we know. It's only fair. Why would we surprise her? If she can be surprised, I don't even know.
Okay. Well, so if we're going off of it's okay to share information, I could do something that could be really bad, but might help get them off of Alyssa's tail for a while.
What are you? Well, hold on.
Yeah, which is
What are you thinking?
I'm going to pause you
Yeah.
right there. I'm pausing you right there because I love that pause of like, I could do something really bad. Pause. Prisha. You walk in. You've always noticed that the cave itself, after years and years of going in and out and taking care of it when you're not, or taking care of it when Denmother Yudris was gone, you've always noticed that it seems to carry a different light. A different sort of personality when Yudris was in it. And you definitely feel that now as this small elderly woman walks in, sits down. It's about your level, but you feel so small in her gaze.
We're in my cave, right? Where my work table is.
Oh, I was thinking you were in hers.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. You want me in hers? Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, say it, please.
I have trained you. Helped keep you safe, made you strong. I've taught you everything I know about the world, which is more than most. And yet you still fell in love with it. I don't know if I really am upset with you or myself. But it seems that if it wasn't for the people outside, things could have gone differently. And as much as I appreciate the plan working, I was hoping my child would show a little more backbone in understanding what's at stake.
I think Krisha's face has been pretty impassive, bordering on demure. I think that she's basically just been waiting for this conversation. I think she genuinely balks at the idea that she doesn't have a backbone. Like, my reaction as the player was to laugh. I think hers is too. Um, you haven't told me at all what's at stake. Uh, you told me that I was meant to go protect a little girl. And I did. And I brought her here so she could become our family, and that's all you told me. You were gone, and then suddenly you're back and dying. What was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to follow orders, Risha. You were supposed to
Stay apart? hide from the world you actively sent me out to?
I wanted you to be above. You see Eliane, you see Elissa, people that have been born, bred, and suffer from the things that this world holds dear. And I have worked and will work and will continue to work for the rest of my days on getting them to see the bigger picture and understanding what's really important. And it is not the frivolity of the things that I know you enjoy. But you're right. I did not tell you what's at stake. I came in here barely alive to show you how important that little girl is. And you let it get close.
She is important
How
for
you say?
lots of reasons.
There you go.
She said she is important. She's just repeating it.
It's fine. You will help me help Elissa to understand, to keep the demon at bay.
What if she just wants to be a girl?
Where have you been, Prisha? What world have you seen in showing that anyone gets to truly always be what they want? Have you been able to be what you want? No, of course not. If you
You don't
were,
get to answer that for me. I don't know what I want. I don't know anything other than this. All I knew was the grove. I barely knew you.
that is not true.
I spent so much time alone. I talked to dead rabbits and a fey pig.
So, answer it for yourself. Have you been able to grow up the way that you want?
I don't think I was ever given that choice.
I see.
I'm not ungrateful, but you sent me out to the world to be set apart from it, but the only way to protect her was to become part of it. Do you really think that those people out there would have let me simply take her?
Risha,
I have done everything you have asked of me. So why does it feel like you want to replace me?
because you are a child, and you think there is a difference between loving someone and telling them they did wrong. You can be both. I have not been perfect in raising you, I know that. But Prisha, you know as well as I do that I can answer the question on whether or not you were given the choice to live the way that you wanted. Because I found you dead. And I prayed to Astiel because I saw something else, something more, something that surpassed any concept or consciousness of what this world deems as important. Choices that dictate their every move because at a certain point it is all going to dry up for them. But not for you. And not for me. You want me to hold you and to call you special. But it is very much the coddling that I have done that has kept you from understanding.
Why is it stand apart and make them risk everything? And make them risk everything. Why is it stand apart and watch them dry up? Or I don't know what I'm asking, but it doesn't feel like there are enough options. It seems to me that the only way to save the world is to know it. So why am I wrong?
See your face soften a little bit at this. If I thought that you were completely wrong in that statement, would not be having this conversation. But hopefully, the time that you have been away, you understand the frailty of the lives of the people outside and yours. I have saved your life once. I do not know how many times he will let me save it again. And in the meantime, we have the most powerful weapon the world has ever seen sitting at our table. We must be careful.
Denmother,
Yes,
every person that we've come across who has referred to her as a weapon does not currently have her. She is a person.
Rufus. You think I am unaware? You've spent how many days? 9? 10? I have spent years. I have watched that baby grow into a child. You do not need to tell me or ask me or even judge the idea of the love that I have for that one. I am not talking about her. And when I say weapon, I am referring to it in the way all the others that wanted to. Because that's what it is to them. That is what it is to the world that you have seemed to fallen so much in love with.
Do you have me do, Mother?
For Elissa, I need to be me. But it would help for you to be you. Something that you did not get the privilege of. I understand. I know that I was hard. And most likely the time that you have spent in the world, maybe I was. But that is the part I play. And it has kept you alive. You need to be the one that she runs to when she feels that I am too much.
So you need me to stay.
You've done your job. Sure. I need you to do another.
Can I think about it?
You are of the world now. You don't need to ask me that question. And she walks out.
I think Prisha deflates.
We zoom out to not too far because we can't move enough out. We're locked on Prisha's face. Camera unable to move past these small walls that represent the tiny hideaway that has kept them safe from the rest of the world. We fade to black. And with that, we will end tonight's session. We'll see you all next week.